As South Africa looks ahead of the State of the Nation address amid fiscal pressure, infrastructure promises and growing public scrutiny, the Institute of Internal Auditors will host its leadership workshop from the 9th to the 11th of February, hosting audit professionals from 27 regions in Africa and the global internal audits for leaders to discuss the state and future of internal audit. For more on this, we are now joined by Arlene-Lynn Volmink. She's the CEO of Institute of Internal Auditors, and she joins us now via our video link. Arlene, thank you so much for your time this evening here in SABC News. Let's start off here. You'll be hosting this workshop, this leadership workshop that will be taking place just a few days before the State of the Nation address, which will be delivered by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Firstly, tell us more about this workshop.
So much, Mbali, and good evening to you and everyone. We are so proud as the IIA South Africa, and I think as a country as well, we should be proud that the Institute of Internal Audit Leaders have chosen South Africa as their destination of choice to have critical conversations around the future of the profession, around the strategy and the direction that we take. We recently, as the Global Institute, completed the Vision 2035 research, and these conversations take that research forward. We are talking about professionalization of the profession with the executive leadership team, the global board of directors, and leaders from 29 African countries. What we say is that while we might be a diverse profession with diverse leadership, we are still one IIA and we have one voice.
And when it comes to internal the auditing, what crucial role does it play, particularly when it comes to accountability from a private and a public point of view?
Yeah, so, I'll take it back to our purpose, the purpose of our profession. We exist to provide objective assurance and advice to management, to boards of directors, to council, to ensure that we add and protect value and that we always serve public interest. I think these conversations are around public value and strengthening oversight mechanisms and putting in place the governance, the risk management, the control mechanisms to ensure that we have ethical and effective leadership. Obviously, the conversations are global, they are continental, but we'll bring it home to South Africa by making it locally relevant for us as well. I think these conversations will shape the journey and the roadmap that we take towards professionalization of the profession and for the end goal of actually serving public interest and holding management and holding government accountable.
And when it comes to this profession and looking at the challenges that you undertake, maybe take us through some of the challenges that you experience in this profession.
I think as a profession, if I talk about some of the local challenges, our flagship certification is the Certified Internal Auditor certification. However, there are many practicing internal auditors, chief audit executives who don't hold this certification, either because they're not by the financial means or they're not getting support through their organizations. And that's the journey that we're on, is to have more certified internal auditors in the country. We want competent professionals because we can't be trusted and strategic advisors to management if we don't have that foundation of competence. One of the other challenges, Mbali, that you would know about is that we continue to face personal threats, as auditors. And that goes for others in, governance and oversight roles as well, forensic auditors, etc. And so as a professional body, as the Institute within South Africa with over 9,000 professionals, 1,500 student members, we try to serve as the psychological home of safety for our internal auditors. We encourage our auditors to speak up if they are being intimidated. And I think long term, it requires reform in the sense that there's misunderstanding around the profession and what we are trying to do. We are not watchdogs, we are not compliance checkers, we are, as I say, strategic advisors. And so we do have a big education journey and advocacy journey within South Africa so that we turn that situation around.
And Ms. Volmink, just a few moments ago, was speaking to the Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation and talking about the problems of water. And this reminds me really of the Auditor General and her reports when it comes to municipalities and accountability. How important is accountability and the role that you play, particularly when it comes to service delivery in the public space?
Yes, I think, we work hand in hand with the Auditor General. In fact, we have partnership agreements because many people don't understand, the different perspectives that we have. We have a broad perspective. As I say, we look from the lens of governance, risk management, and control. And our work is definitely very much focused around impact and outcomes. And we are also internal within the organization. So within local government, we work on capacitation, making sure that there's continuous professional education for our chief audit executives for the internal audit functions. We also make sure that there's standards adoption. And all of these things, maybe we have an indirect role to play, whereas our CIEs sitting in local government have a more direct role to play. But we capacitate them and we support them. And that's the purpose of all these conferences and events that we actually have, is so that we have relevant discussions and we learn from each other. There might be a CIE in a different municipality who's getting something right. And that's our opportunity to connect our community, so that they network, share best practices, share what's working, for the benefit of the public, because the outcome, as you say, is public service delivery.
All right, Ms. Volmink, thank you so much for your time. That's Arlene-Lynn Volmink. She's the CEO of the Institute of Internal Auditors.